Is your French press coffee too sour, too bitter, gets cold too quickly, or you just can't get it right? You're not alone. But it doesn't have to be this way. Hi, I'm Liz, and I believe that enjoying great coffee at home should not be a luxury. Today, I'll walk you through the 5 most common mistakes that ruin French press coffee for many people. People just like you, that just want to enjoy a wonderful, tasty cup without complications or unpleasant surprises. And of course, I'll show you how to fix it. Let's go. Mistake number 1 is using pre-ground coffee. No one likes a bitter cup of coffee, much less one that's full of coffee grounds floating around. However, this is what most people experience when they start using the French press, and here's why. Chances are, if the French press is your only brewer, you're buying pre-ground coffee and haven't even thought about buying a grinder. And that's all right. You don't actually have to spend on a grinder right away. The problem with pre-ground coffee though, especially what's available at any grocery store, is that it's usually been there for quite some time and has become stale by the time you get your hands on it. After coffee is ground, it begins to oxidize and it loses the precious oils and flavors that make it special. What's even worse, that coffee is never pre-ground for French press. The standard for pre-ground coffee is drip, which is a different grind size to what you need to achieve optimal French press coffee. The easiest solution? If you can't get your hands on a good grinder just yet, most specialty coffee shops will be more than happy to grind the beans for free, specifically for the brewer that you have when you go and buy their beans. This is a win-win situation when you're getting better quality beans and supporting specialty coffee businesses, and you don't have to invest in a grinder before you're ready. If you can, or you already own a grinder, and you're still getting these results, you just may need to grind coarser than you think. This is mainly for 2 reasons. A finer grind will fully penetrate quicker during immersion, potentially releasing undesirable flavors. And finer grinds will totally go through the mesh and end up in your cup. I don't know about you, but I don't really appreciate lots of sediment in my cup. So your ground coffee should look more like this than this. Mistake number 2 is pouring hot water. Alright, there's no coffee without hot water, obviously, but hear me out. As you may know, extracting great coffee depends on many different factors, and perhaps the most neglected one is water temperature. For the sake of this exercise, let's say you don't have a kettle, so you're boiling water in a pot. Immediately after you see the tiny bubbles, you dump it into your French press, effectively burning out all of the good characteristics of it. No wonder it tastes like shit. Now, let's say you do have a kettle, but as soon as it finishes heating up, you pour it. You may still be working against yourself, since optimal water temperature for French press is around 93 degrees Celsius, and the kettle obviously boils at 100 degrees Celsius, and even higher if the water has more impurities than usual. So the coffee ends up tasting bitter, especially if you're brewing a darker roast. I can tell you to buy a kettle with a temperature display, and I'll link a couple in the description, but how do you fix this without spending on new tools? Simply wait a minute after the water boils before pouring into your coffee to avoid scalding all of the good juice out of the beans. And you can spend that minute doing what I'll tell you next, which is hitting the like button and subscribing so that I can keep helping more people elevate their coffee experience at home. Well, that's actually quick to do, so you do have time left to solve the next mistake. Mistake number 3 is neglecting the preheat. Okay, this can be confusing. When I say preheating, I mean both your French press and your cup. How is this, you ask? Simply pour hot water into your French press before adding the ground coffee to it. Also, pour hot water into your cup while the brew is happening, so both things are warmer than room temperature. When you don't, especially in colder climates, you lose temperature during extraction, then more heat when you serve your coffee, and the whole thing just stays off and you'll have no idea why. In addition, if the French press is cold, you're losing more degrees than what we discussed a moment ago. Therefore, you under-extract the coffee and it results in a sour cup instead. This preheating step also helps your water reach the right temperature we mentioned before, so it's just a simple but great habit that can exponentially improve your French press experience. However, mistake number 4 is letting it brew for too long. Yeah, leaving the coffee in there after brewing won't bring out more flavors as you think it would. When we talk about coffee, sometimes less is more. The extra brewing time is bound to bring out all of the bitterness out of your coffee instead. The easy fix? Serve the coffee after the brewing time is done to stop the extraction process. And please plunge and serve all of the coffee in the French press. Don't just plunge halfway, as you'll over-extract the remaining coffee and waste it. If your French press is too big, you can get smaller ones for cheap. And talking about plunging, when and how should you plunge? This is a bonus tip before we jump into the last mistake. After you pour the water, swirl the coffee to fully saturate the grounds. Then put the plunger in, but do not plunge just yet. Let it really do its process. You know it's ready when this crust forms on top. It'll take you 4 to 5 minutes. Perfect amount of time to go watch any of my other videos. After this time has passed, you will slowly and very gently plunge to extract all of the goodness. Try it out and tell me in the comments if you can taste the difference. For mistake number 5, I have a question. Do you even French press, bro? The French press method uses immersion, which means you've got to let your grinds and water mingle for a little bit. As such, the water isn't simply passing through. Instead, it spends enough time with the coffee to bring out unpleasant flavors, especially if the coffee isn't good quality, or, as we mentioned before, already stale or not ground to the right setting. Additionally, the press uses a metallic mesh that, more often than not, lets some sediment through, so the profile isn't as clean as you potentially like. You'd end up with a full-bodied cup, yes, but if you dislike the sediment and potential bitterness, or you still want to use your store-bought pre-ground coffee, I'm sorry to break it to you, the French press may not be the right brewer for you. Luckily, there's a step up to immersion, also very inexpensive and very forgiving. A great stepping stone to get you into specialty coffee brewing, or at least grant you with consistently good cups with any kind of coffee. It uses a filter and even a little bit of pressure, and became my new favorite way of brewing coffee. Go watch this video if you're looking for smoother results in your cup. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you there.